And what I wanted to address with all of you is that, I've talked to all of you in the past, and I've talked to all of you about what makes your heart sing. But more important, I want you to examine in your life, what have you been creating in your life that creates positivity? What is it in your life that brings you joy and happiness? And what is it in your life that brings you challenges? Notice my words, as I said in the past, challenges are not problems. There's just something for you to grow and learn from. So if we look at our life, everyone that is on this phone call, you have the power to create unlimited prosperity. Everyone. You have the power to create poverty. You have the power to create sickness and illness. You have the power to create healing. You have the power to create love or negativity or depression or anxiety. That's how you are. My mantra to all of you is, you are unlimited. And so many people don't bother to think, how do I create a more joyous life? Well, if I had more money, had a better relationship, blah, 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 blah. Those are external things. We have to look at what's inside you that will create love and joy. Something that is long-lasting. Something that is not fleeting. So let's talk about prosperity and abundance. Yes, that would make your life more joyous and happy. But unless you feel joyous or prosperous and abundant on the inside, it's challenging for you to create it on the outside. And by that I mean creating it so you can enjoy life. So money is nothing but a vehicle for an exchange of energy. And that's all it is, just an exchange of energy. So for example, you're working, you put energy into work. Whatever your line of work is, what is the exchange of energy? Money. So when you go out to the movies or you buy dinner, someone, made the theater or rented the theater or owned the theater, built the building, someone made the movie, whatever it is, someone made dinner. And so you're taking part of what they've created, but it's an exchange of energy by you giving them money so they can continue creating. Let's look at that for a moment. And that is, if you feel abundant and prosperous in your life, let's examine abundance and prosperous. Let's look at it more than finances and money. Let's look at prosperity and abundance. Could it mean perfect health? Could it mean joy and happiness? Could it mean having fun? Could it mean waking up in the morning and glad you're awake and you can smell the flowers and see the sun shining or even enjoy the rain? Can it be that you have a love of people around you? It's so many things when we look at things. But we've become so narrow in our focus in life that we haven't embraced all the totality of life. Because you see, you chose to be here to experience everything. And you chose that because it was something you wanted to understand. So now you understand love, hugging, kissing, prosperity, abundance, money, new cars, all this stuff. You enjoy it. One of the things I love about the Native Americans, they say that, you do not own this planet. You do not own where you live. It's only on loan to you. It was there before you. And when you're done with it, put it back the way you found it so someone else can enjoy it. We have become so materialistic, so possession-minded, that we forgot that we're here to experience everything. And you can re-experience pain, anger, hate multiple times, or just once. You can experience love and joy and happiness on a never-ending basis. And years ago I was in the nursing home business. And I had an evening cook, I'll never forget her. And she was a woman of 6'2", and she was in her 60s, and she was always calm and laughing, and she would laugh a lot. And I said, well, why are you laughing so much? She said, oh, Michael, when I get upset or angry, I laugh, even though I'm angry, and that makes me feel much better. So eventually she invited me over to the house, which she lived across from the nursing home. And she told me about her husband. They never had any children, how much she loved him. And then she showed me her bedroom. And what he did he had painted this iridescent paint on the bedroom, which was what nighttime would look in the sky with stars and the moon, even a few spaceships. And when she would open up her blinds and the sun and the moon was shining, the whole sky lit up in her bedroom. And it was like she was just surrounded with all these spaceships, this love, the joy, these hearts. It was wonderful. And when she passed away happily, missing her husband, but nevertheless enjoying life. And her soul told me she needs never come back again, because she learned the lessons. And that was to be unconditionally loving, allowing, and non-judgmental, and to enjoy each and every moment of her life. And how much time do you spend enjoying each and every moment of your life? I can tell you at times I was very frustrated. Even now, I get frustrated. And even now, I have to express that. And then I have to remind myself, whoa, Michael, you chose this experience. Okay, so you learned something new. So you're going to let this experience create chaos? You express it, you let it go, and you move forward. Because on the grand scheme of things, is that we're all here temporarily. We're just here to experience this. And why not separate everything in our life that doesn't bring us joy and happiness and put it to one side and just enjoy the things that bring us happiness and health and love. And how do we turn lemons into honey? Look at a situation and you can turn around and say, this is challenging. I learned something from this. This is great. In my conversations, meditations with the true source, I tell everybody the true source is unconditionally loving, allowing, non-judgmental. And they go, well, how that be? Because the Bible or this religion, whatever it is, God is a vengeful God or whatever. And I said, but Jesus taught God was all loving. So isn't that an oxymoron? God wants to punish us? What gives? And that's not true. How can a God be unconditional, loving, allowing, non-judgmental, and want to punish us? Can't be. And so in my conversation, this is what I learned. When I mess up, my soul, what I call my oversoul, which is part of the true source, talks to the true source, and said, Michael did this. And the true source of reaction, and I'm over ad-libbing, but this is essentially the way it is. And it is, Michael screwed up. Isn't that great? It's wonderful. He learned a new lesson. I am so proud of him. He's so empowered. Wow, he'll probably never do this again. That's great. There's only something like the true source would be that loving to say that's wonderful. But I remember my mother. Something would happen. Oh, Michael, it's okay. And your mother was loving, or your father, or both of them, or an aunt or an uncle or grandmother. And they would always take lemons and turn them into honey. And that's what we need to do. Because every time we have a challenge in our life, we have to turn that into honey. We have to realize it's something we chose to experience. We learn from it. It's over and done with. Time to move on. Just like that person who, when she went in for the Reiki, had fibromyalgia, and she was cured of it, and she brought it back because she needed attention. What a way to live life. It's really yucky, but I guess that's what she chose. And I can't really judge her for it, but I can feel compassion and loving. So what I'd like you to do as I'm closing right now is take a look at your life and think about every experience as being empowered. I wrote to my son when he was in college, and I said, whatever your truth is now, it is firm and strong. But 10 years from now, you'll have a new truth, and that'll be firm and strong. And 10 years from now, there'll be another truth, and another truth, and another truth. So remember, there's nothing that is so powerful as for you to be unconditionally loving and realizing that truth is only your belief system that you've created temporarily, but that changes. And just like the scientists, they keep learning and new things. And just like you, your truth changes with age, with wisdom and experiences. So realize that you are wonderful. And realize that the people you touch, they are growing and learning from you, whether it be your energy, whether it be your thoughts, whether it be your words, whether it be by your actions. Because you are unlimited. And you are the solution to changing everything in this world to one of love and joy and compassion and helping them reconnect with the true source. So in the days to come, for the rest of the days of your life, think about loving and enjoying things. Think about that everything that you've done has empowered you, and that you are going to share this love and knowledge with your thoughts or verbally. Remember, you are unlimited, and you're just here to experience life, and you help create it. Everyone, I love you deeply. Truly, my heart goes out to you, for you are on this grand journey of empowerment and enlightenment. Walk that path of love. Walk that path of understanding. Walk that path that everything you've created you're growing and learning from. And walk that path of the perfection. Because as the true source told me, perfection ever means growing ever more perfect. And we never hit that status of being completely, totally perfect, because we're always growing and moving forward.